that sums it up really well, actually, those stats. Liverpool just completely outplayed the Turkish side. 4-0, of course, 4-1 over the two legs. Liverpool to face PSG in the next round. This was easy, wasn't it, Robbo?
It certainly was, but we were talking a little bit earlier about a centre-forward that hardly touches the ball in the Premier League. Today, I thought Ekitike's performance was magnificent. Right from the start of the game, he looked 2 yards quicker than the defenders. He made, when Wirtz went in field, he made runs down the outside. He was the catalyst for a lot of good work they did. And as the game wore on, the other players joined him. Wirtz played a lot better as the game wore on. Salah was poor in the first half, but excellent in the second half. Szoboszlai, once again, was dominant in midfield. The intensity in which they played, the way they got the ball forward, the way they won the ball back, that was Liverpool of last season when they were playing at their very best. Can they keep it up? Well, they need to, because they've got a big end to the season. But today was a very, very good performance against a very poor Galatasaray.
Well, I think that last comment, Robbo, kind of summed it up. You don't want to rain on Liverpool's parade today, but we know they've not been a good side this year. We know those performances have been...
Yeah, but the Liverpool fans will say, oh, come on, we up our game. We make it through to the quarterfinals. We put a good, and all of a sudden, it's the opponent's fault.
Yeah, but I don't care what Liverpool fans say, or Real Madrid fans, or Barcelona fans. I couldn't give a stuff. I analysed the game. I analysed the teams. Liverpool are not a good side this year.
What do Barcelona and Real Madrid fans have to do with it?
Well, I'm just meaning any fans out there. Anybody.
They're all getting it.
I don't particularly care. I don't sit here.
Guy in the calf.
I don't sit here and gush over teams when they play teams as poor as Galatasaray on the road. So when you look at the bigger picture, and it's a bit like Real Madrid and Manchester City, although City were not good, but certainly more of a threat than Galatasaray. When you look at Real Madrid's two performances, is all of a sudden Real Madrid this great side? No, they are not. But they found a side in Man City that were weak and they were impotent. And what Liverpool found was a Galatasaray side that, even for Liverpool, they were out of depth. And so that was much better, the intensity was better, the belief was better, all those things. But would I have seen that performance from Liverpool today if they had been playing the team they're playing in the quarterfinals, PSG? I don't think so. And that would be the big concern going forward, that if they morph back into this Liverpool team of the Premier League, I don't think that's going to be anywhere near good enough over two legs, not even close to dismantling this PSG side. So a great night tonight, but I think Liverpool can thank themselves lucky that they got one of the weaker teams in this knockout stage. It's as simple as that.
What a second half, though, from Salah.
Yeah, well, I think what a second half from everybody. And I must say, if you want a reason to be optimistic, if you're a Liverpool fan, I don't necessarily care what you think, like Craig, but this is a reason for you to be optimistic regardless. The first 20, 25 minutes of the second half, and that energy and the movement and the combination play and the rotation of position in the attacking half, and Florian Wirtz appearing out wide, appearing underneath, appearing on the right, and actually being a guy who's building the attack for Liverpool. And Mohamed Salah combining with Florian Wirtz, not only for his own goal, but the one from Gravenberch as well, comes from a combination which Florian Wirtz gets underneath, a little flick on to Mohamed Salah. And that's within those first 20, 25 minutes of the second half. And I'm saying, I understand that this is Galatasaray, but Liverpool has struggled against opposition of this kind this season, even in the Premier League. They did so against Spurs this past weekend, where they struggled to create opportunities like this. And so to see that combination play, to see the energy and the enjoyment and confidence of this group in the second half is something that, if I'm a Liverpool fan, Stevie Nicol, I would be excited about. It's not going to take me over the top excitement, but it's there. Now, can we sustain it and can we build on it? That would be the big question.
We've had this is the second year of this new way of doing it. This new group format, this new format, this new 36-team league, and all these games and all this, and he can't buy, he gets a buy, and he doesn't play, and he does this, and they do that. And when it all comes out in the wash, we have basically the same...
Cream rises to the top, I believe.
We have Sporting Lisbon in there, but maybe there's always one anomaly in there. But we have the same scenario. We have exactly, we've just played all these games and some more games to get to it, and some, one or two more exciting games maybe along the way, along with a lot of dead rubbers. But all we've done is get to the same position with the same teams via a different route. So, with all respect to this is going to be the new great thing with this new big league, we're just getting to this position a different way with the same teams. So there's not a lot changed in this competition.
How do they beat PSG, Robbo?
They're going to... Well, I think you can force PSG back. I saw in the first game when Chelsea played in Paris that they pressed quite high up the field, and actually PSG played into their hands for a little while. They tried to play out through their fullbacks. They were playing across their own 6-yard box. They gave the ball away in midfield. They didn't dominate the midfield as they can do sometimes. So if you press them at the right time, not all the time, at the right time, you can force them back. You can make them more predictable with their play. But what you have to be very careful of is when it goes into their front three, when Dembele goes that little bit shorter and Kvaratskhelia comes on or starts the game and he's starting running into space. Barcola is also making runs. But the player that sort of made them tick and you've got to stop him playing is Vitinha. He was excellent over the 2 games against Chelsea. He started just to pick up the ball. He played little 1-2s. They are beatable. I don't think they're as good as they were last year, but it's going to be a tough game for them.
Yeah,
Second legs at Anfield.
Yeah.
Good research, Dan.
There you go.
Well done, Dan.
I'm glad the producer's on the ball with this one.
His computer froze, he told me.
Yeah, he was a little late for the other one.
Brain, you mean? Liverpool have not just turned into a good defensive unit. Konaté's not going to just end his mistakes because there's a World Cup coming up. Van Dijk's not the player he was. Kerkez is having a problematic season, and Frimpong's a hybrid fullback. So they're not. They were better defensively tonight because Victor Osimhen was running about with a sore arm in the first half, and Galatasaray were really not a threat. PSG is, as Stuart said, they're maybe not the team they were last year at this moment in time. But those midfielders and that front line, I just don't see how Liverpool stop them. Right. I just don't. You know, I think Liverpool were morphing to this team that are trying to take the game to PSG, and whenever PSG press them and they cough it up, all of a sudden you've got Van Dijk and Konaté and Kerkez, if he plays, exposed. And I think it's too much of a step for Liverpool to go from this mediocre Premier League team, which has been a big surprise this season, but it's been all season. I think it's going to be difficult for them to go from that level in the quarterfinals of the Champions League against the current holders to that level, over 180 minutes. I've not seen it this season. I've seen it in patches, here and there in patches, not even in a whole 90 minutes. And I don't see it over 180. I cannot, at this moment in time, see Liverpool knocking PSG out.
Liverpool, of course, could still win the Champions League and the FA Cup. Their clash against Manchester City is live on ESPN Plus, April the 4th, of course, preceding Liverpool PSG. That's an early start, 7:15 Eastern in the morning.